What's up YouTube, it's AJ Watt back to you guys from their figure unboxing review. This time of the NECA Jungle Hunter Series 8 Jungle Hunter Predator from the original Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. I picked this up on eBay for a really great price, $17.50 from a US seller, not from Japan, so it's not a knockoff or anything. This is the original, the 25th anniversary one. Very happy to get it for that price. For $17.50, this guy is not that bad because he usually goes for maybe about probably at least 50 to maybe probably 50 to probably maybe 80 or $100 to be honest. So very happy to get that figure for that little price point. So this one is I think the second version of the Jungle Hunter. The original one had the V-cut hips, and this one has the new articulation for the legs. That's why it says new additional articulation right over there. He has like ball joints at the hip. Everything else is original, I believe. And then at the bottom you have the creators of the figure. And on the back you have a nice picture of the other figures from the wave. I think that's the Jungle Patrol Dutch and the I forgot which Dutch the other one, this one is over here, I forgot. And then of course the Jungle Hunter. And it says deep in the central jungle, the Predator is hunting humans for sport, armed with plasma caster, wrist blades, and cloaking technology. The Predator methodically stalks and kills opponents he deems worthy. The Jungle Hunter Predator collects the skulls and spines of his victim as trophies and skins his prey, leaving the bodies hanging from the trees. When a special forces team is dispatched on a rescue mission, they soon become the Predator's prey. And then you get a nice picture of the Jungle Hunter right there. Let's go ahead and open up this awesome figure.
Alright, so here we have the Jungle Hunter Predator out of the packaging. And let's go ahead and check out his only accessory, which is his shoulder cannon. So here we have his shoulder cannon, very different. This is one of the, this is from the 25th anniversary, so it's not going to be similar to the AVP line. We have the original shoulder cannon. As you guys can see, it's done like a gray kind of gunmetal color with a little bit of dirt, as you guys can see right over here and right up here, and it's also kind of damaged as well. You can see like all the kind of scruffs going throughout it. Then you have, of course, the top cannon piece right there, and it's articulated where it can move down and up, and also you can also rotate it left and right, which is pretty cool. And you can see all the sculpted details right over here, which is awesome. You can see all like the buttons and everything right over here. Also, it's kind of painted black right over here, which is pretty cool. Kind of like a burnt look, which is awesome. You can get this wiring right over here. And then it pegs into the figure, similar to the AVP, where you see that little kind of hole right there. It's usually easier to do the bottom first, and then just slide the top onto the top hole. Then you got it just as so. So let's go ahead and check out the Jungle Hunter. So here we have the Jungle Hunter, and the only complaint that I have about him is probably just probably the wobbliness on his legs. As you guys can see right here, and they're very loose. But I noticed in everyone's review that the legs were loose, and this is when NECA was starting to hit their stride with brand new articulation. Because with the new ones, we have the bicep swivels, double jointed elbows, and kind of better feet. It's probably the only difference, and of course the diaphragm joints, the ball joints right there. But other than that, this figure, I really do love this figure, even though it's missing all that articulation. But this is when NECA was hitting their stride and trying new things. But other than that, the paint and the sculpting on this figure is superb, and I'm very glad I got it for the price I got it for. Not a knockoff. It's from a US seller, so it's legit. And it's great, and the mask is very awesome, very similar to the first Predator movie. You can see right over here he has his trophy necklace right up here also. And then he has a spine on the other side. And you can see the armor's very damaged. You can see the little kind of beaten up pieces right over here. You have some more wiring going up here, and also right over here for his bicep to his gauntlet. You can see the shoulder pads are done nice with good paint job, good black wash on them. You can see right over here the line work going throughout it. Then he has like some kind of a neck protector. You can see on the side, you can see like a little bit of his face right over here also, and on the top also. And then you can see that the netting's painted black. Then you can see the scales underneath, or his skin color underneath. Same thing over here on the biceps, which is cool. And same thing for the legs. We have a kind of rubber crotch piece going on, which is pretty cool. Then the back, it's also a kind of a light rubber or plastic, and it's painted brown with black at the bottom, with a little bit more brown right over here. Then the kind of hip protectors are also painted the same thing as the top plates. There you have the back of the figure with the dreads, which is pretty cool. The paint's done good on them. Very, very cool. Then you got the knee pads and the shin guards, which is pretty cool. You can see all the details within them, all the scuffs, which is awesome. And then you have the Predator toes. And you got some emblems right there. You got 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet, which is awesome. Then for his blades, as you guys can see right there, these are retractable. You can see that right there, just like when you killed Carl Weathers in the movie, or Dylan. Very good sculpt on them. And this wrist gauntlet doesn't open up. That's probably the only complaint that people had about it when it first came out. But this guy is getting an ultimate version from NECA, where it comes with the updated articulation. So, and it's going to have I think retractable claws, and where the wrist gauntlet can open up. And there's probably, I believe there's going to be reading in there as well, with an additional head sculpt and some extra sculpt pieces, and a plasma effect for the cannon. So let's go ahead and check out his articulation. Alright, so for articulation, his head could look down, look up, look side to side, and also pivot left and right. You can see his shoulder cannon fell off. Arms move outward about that much, move forward and back. No bicep swivel, like I said. Bends less than 90 degrees at the elbow. Doesn't rotate either for the gauntlet, but it rotates at the elbow 360. Hands are all ball joints, so it helps hinge it down and up, and also side to side. And this hand is in like a fisting pose, and this one is in a kind of open. And same articulation for the right side, but it's a little bit restricted due to this piece on the top. And doesn't have a ball joint or anything right over here, but it does rotate left and right. Legs can do the splits about that much. Can kick up forward pretty good, and also back pretty good. Has double jointed knees that move awesome. And he has an upper thigh swivel. Then he has regular ball joints for the feet that help it pivot side to side and hinge down and up, which is awesome. No toe articulation, by the way, either. So for the little articulation that he has, it still makes it awesome. It's still a great figure, great looking figure, even though the articulation isn't updated, but it's still fantastic for the time that it was for the 25th anniversary. So let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Here he is next to the big chap alien, and of course the big chap alien stands taller than the Jungle Hunter Predator. And here he is next to my new favorite Predator, the Serpent Hunter, and the Serpent Hunter stands taller than the 25th anniversary Jungle Hunter Predator. And here we have the Jungle Hunter next to the Scar Predator, and the Scar Predator stands taller than Jungle Hunter Jungle Hunter Predator. And here we have the Jungle Hunter next to the I think it's the Jungle Patrol Dutch, I believe. I'm not sure. And of course, the Jungle Hunter stands taller than Arnie. And then here he is next to the Marvel Legends, the Juggernaut series Wolverine figure. Alright, so here I have the Jungle Hunter Predator all posed up for you guys. I'm not going to be doing 1 to 10 scaling anymore. Either I'm going to recommend it or I'm not going to recommend it. Now, if you find this guy for the right price, as I did, which is about 17 bucks, even though he retails now for about probably 50 to probably $80, find him for a good price and you see him in the store, I probably suggest I highly recommend him, to be honest. It's a great figure. I mean, I think the new one comes out next month in April for the early 30th anniversary. I know there's I think in June they're re-releasing all, I think 4 Dutches, I believe. 4 Dutches and 3 different Predators, I believe. But the Ultimate Jungle Hunter Predator comes out next month in April, so I'm for sure gonna get that one and do a comparison with this guy. But I really do love this figure. I'm happy to have it in my collection. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys like my videos, go ahead and thumbs them up, and also subscribe and follow my Instagram account, AJ Watt Reviews, for toy pickups and toy news. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great week.